Hey stars, it's me, Empress 8 Star. Please like, share, and subscribe as this content or the content could be useful or should be useful for someone. So let's talk about. I'm always pushing keeping yourself high vibrational. And I also share with you that there's so many things that's planted in the universe, not by us, by our enemies, that wants to keep us asleep. There's so many things that's planted in the universe that are there specifically to keep us asleep, to keep us in the not knowing, to keep us low vibrational. So, one of the main things I want to discuss, which is one of the main ways that they get us, is through social media. So, the satellites that we have all around, it's actually becoming very beneficial for them. And so, like I said, things like the TV, the radio, um, Twitter, TikTok, etc., they actually pay people to present videos on these platforms, to be a content creator. They actually pay people to be a part of their agenda. A lot of these people are the very same color as yourself, or the ones that's also suffering along with you, but they were able to be paid off. And so, one of the things that I want to bring up to you is, for instance, the music awards the other day, or the Grammys or whatever, and the Super Bowl. I want you to understand that because they know that millions will be watching these um, programs, they make sure they utilize the energy. Keep in mind that when your energy or when you're focused on something, you're actually giving energy to it. So when you're watching a television show, they're actually getting your energy. They're grasping and grabbing your energy because at that time, that's what has your energy. That's what has your focus. And remember, wherever your focus is, that's where your energy is, or that's where you're actually feeding energy into. Any thought that comes up that you're entertaining, that's also you're feeding energy into that. So keep in mind that when you're watching television, well, because they know that millions be watching, they kind of do things, rituals, to ensure that they harvest your energy for whatever it is agenda that they're trying to push. Now, again, it's for them to know what the agenda is. We don't know. How you can tell, um, a lot of times you can't tell, but whenever you see a lot of red, white, and black, that's usually one of the signs that something is a little off, or they're doing some type of ritual. Okay, they usually use red in Hollywood. Okay, and so anytime you see these big red, extravagant performances with red, always be mindful. Okay, because red is one of the colors that they use. Well, red is a color you use in in social in certain belief systems. Red can protect you from evil. But I also want you to know that red is a very powerful color, so they also use that as for bad in rituals. Okay, so it's used in a lot of rituals because it's very powerful. The color red, just FYI. And so, anytime you see anything like that, you have to be mindful. Keep in mind that the Super Bowl, the Grammys, they were millions watch those. And so whatever agenda they're trying to push, they'll definitely use those outlets to push the agenda. You're watching it not knowing, but knowing to you that there's actually a spell being put on you as you watch it. I know a lot of people mentioned that when they were watching the Grammys and the Super Bowl, they kind of felt weird or strange. And so that was your body trying to tell you that, hey, something's not right. Your soul is being compromised right now. Okay? A lot of us are not trained or experienced or even have the knowledge of knowing that these things can be done. And there's a lot of us not knowing, lack of knowing is why we are in the position that we're in. We don't know a lot of things, and the things that we should be knowing, we don't know. We were told that it was evil and that we need to stay away from it. It means that when you stay away from it, you'll never ever wake up. The hope and prayer was that we never wake up and we never realize who we are, who they are, and how it all comes together and how we all got here. We don't want to ask questions. In the religious beliefs, they say to question God is blasphemy. So God just wants us to be stupid and be led by whatever. Don't question it. Don't ask questions. Even if it doesn't make sense to you logically, in your heart it doesn't make sense. Don't question it. I don't know. We're just supposed to be dumbed down. Someone slap you, turn the other cheek. This is what we're being taught. But I'm getting off subject here. Let's go back to the spells that's being placed and put on us through the radio stations, through the TV, through media, social media. Keep in mind, social media can present anything to you. We can just sit here on TV, on the news, and see a man on the floor saying that he just got killed. The 9 times out of 10, which we fail to forget and we fail to remember, is that I can stage a scene like that and play it as if it's so. Things that we see on social media and on the TV, it can be manipulated. And so knowing that, a lot of things can be not what it is. But I can tell you this, they choose what they feed us. Now, like I said, these shows, especially the melanated shows, this is why I don't watch a lot of melanated shows. I don't watch a lot of TV because the things that they're feeding our spirits with is things that keep us low vibrational. I always used to say this. My kids were not allowed to watch BET and all those things, those videos. Always felt like it was just too much for my kids to be seeing half naked women parading around singing about nothing. And so that was where my thing was with that, is that I never allowed my kids to watch BET or any of those videos when they were growing up, and you can ask them. So I've always been that kind of mom where I was mindful and very much into and paid attention to the things that my kids watch and what they were being fed with. And so, like I said, you could be watching a show, and here it is. You're watching a show. You're good vibrations, and here it is. In the show, someone's being cheated on. So immediately, you start to sympathize with this person because you start to remember when you were being cheated on, the times it happened to you, or you just sympathize with it because you're just a human being and you have sentiment and you're just sympathize. But I want you to understand you can actually create and have PTSD because of that. All right. Again, if you're bringing your body to a place where it feels, even though you knowingly know it's a movie you're watching, if you're able to actually produce tears, produce anger, happiness, or whatever through watching a movie, meaning your whole emotions have changed from happy to sad to up and down. What I'm saying to you is that look how a